In the cold chamber of the imperial palace, Emperor Charles VI lies on his deathbed, skin taut and pale as alabaster, illuminated by the flickering candlelight. His breath comes in ragged gasps as he looks into the eyes of his daughter, Maria Theresa, a young woman burdened by destiny. "Protect my legacy, Maria," he whispers, clinging to her hand with wavering strength. News of Charles's death travels rapidly, shaking the foundations of the European balance of power as rival monarchs circle like vultures. They see opportunity in the empire's vulnerable moment, and a young woman thrust onto the throne in a world dominated by men. In the grand marble halls of the Prussian palace, Frederick the Great stands by a map, fingers tracing the contours of the coveted region of Silesia. His shrewd eyes sparkle with ambition, the gears of conquest grinding in his mind. The passing of Charles VI is a seismic shift, and Frederick's moment has arrived. He prepares his troops, insisting on speed and precision, for he knows Austria will not remain weak courtesy of its new ruler. Within the aged walls of the Vienna Hofburg, Maria Theresa is besieged with doubt, yet exudes grit. Her advisors clamor around her, the weight of expectations crushing. Noblemen sneer and plot, questioning her competence, yet her resolve does not falter. With steel-gray determination, she addresses internal discord, quelling unrest with unwavering authority. Come December, an icy wind carries the march of Prussian soldiers into the pastoral landscapes of Silesia. Their advance is quick, ruthless, overwhelming late autumn's defenders by leveraging tactical mastery. Fort by fort, village by village, Prussia claims victories, staining the snow with fierce intent. Austria scrambles to respond amidst stretched resources, its lines of communication frazzled. In frantic Vienna, Maria Theresa is pragmatic and poised, reaching out to the courts of France and Russia, an extension of her hand. "We are stronger together," she declares, hammering out alliances with urgency, eyes ablaze with the hunger of survival. Support comes tentatively at first, but soon troops pour in as new friendships are written across the bloodied pages of history. On the ragged fields of Malwetz, tensions clench like a vice. Prussian and Austrian artillery thunder and clang. Initially, a mirage of victory appears for the Austrians. Yet Frederick's cool command steadies his men. With tactical innovation, the Austrians are turned back in humiliation. Seeking solace through the ink of diplomacy, Maria Theresa orchestrates the Treaty of Worms. A patchwork of uneasy promises, weaving Great Britain and others into alliance. But Frederick's hook into Silesia holds fast, refusing polite requests for release. External pressures hum along the borderlines, demanding persistence. France, with its taste for discord, oozes into the fray to unsettle the Habsburgs further, as expectations of their own stretch the campaign beyond Silesia into the Netherlands. The marching battalions create a bloody stalemate that scars the countryside. Maria is pressured but unwavering, pairing strength from within. The windswept fields of Chodositz witness Frederick's men, reeling beneath an unrelenting Austrian ferocity, Maria Theresa's sharpened blade of reformed determination. Despite neither side claiming victory outright, the retreating Prussians gather for a gathering storm as Maria stamps out the embers of rise back home. In the east, Russian banners billow alongside Austrian standards, solidifying a mutual resistance to Frederick's advances. The bone chill of Silesian winds hardly deters hardened resolve, as combined forces shift dynamic frontiers against Frederick's aspirations, shifting confidence Maria Theresa's direction. Europe heaves under the war's heavy hand. Colonies and territories are sideshows to the grand theatrical viscera, from Spanish and Austrians raging in Italy to flares of Mediterranean naval discord. In these theaters of conflict, the stage accommodates a seemingly infinite canvas as lives and patrimonies are rearranged like sand. With the Russian tide reinforcing grounds where battle once ravaged, Austrian morale swells. As Prussian fears ignite desperate countermeasures, Maria Theresa's unyielding vigilance presses fortuity into French retreats. Frederick, cleaving to the dream of victorious permanence in Silesia, pensively gazes at his amassed forces. He initiates concise and strategic strikes to secure Prussian dominance, manipulating seams within Austrian defenses, ever reluctant to yield to Vienna. As the Austrian-British alliances push for retribution against the marchers of France at the Battle of Dettingen, Frederick calculates. He is cunning as tensions quake. Post-Dettingen's echoes, France is a beast of burden, beleaguered by operational frustrations and hemorrhaging from war's costs. Austria renews its grip on contested territories as each precious piece crawls slowly back. The Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle breathes uneasy life into a continent older, but perhaps not wiser. As landmarks shift anew, Silesia stands printed with darker hues upon the Prussian ledger. Maria Theresa drinks the bitterness of concession, while Frederick's sly grin belies diplomacy that tastes like war. Europe's canvas is washed with a palette of scars, a continent's memory etched with remnants of conquest and defeat. A labyrinth of tragedy reverberates through aged corridors. It's a tableau riven with the colors of unresolved deceptions. Under the Vienna sun, Maria Theresa seals her fate with reforms, studying the structure of empire building from the inside out. She allies herself further with Russia, an eagle aligned within its bear's den, fortifying the keystones of Austrian dominion. Frederick watches the ripple effect of his actions, seeing opportunity shadowed by the threat. His diplomatic education continues as new alliances murmur along the edges of recognition. Across fields hardened with the passage of boots, the Austrian Netherlands slowly stitch their livelihoods through infrastructure, guided by Maria's pragmatic oversight. The echo of guns silenced, their presence does not disappear. Stories of valor juxtapose hardship, each village's whisper reverberating history and anecdotes sewn across borders. Europe's diplomatic notes thrum with a delicate symphony of polite power plays. Energies coiling as each country tastes potential futures, darker still. Austria, Prussia, each knows the rapport of tomorrow's dance as yet undefined. In succeeds a specter of peace, a watchful stagnancy suggesting more, with only hues of ambivalence delaying new conflicts. Armies build in strength as Maria Theresa nurtures talent within every chamber of her influence. From Berlin, Frederick perceives the unsaid, scribing his ambitions for a future where Prussian ambition once more unfolds into new chapters. Thus, Europe stands poised, a pageant of strategy, nation-states navigating hope and hungers, a bustling backdrop for unfolding tales of sovereignty, rebellion, and endurance. The era of the 7 Years' War looms like a shadow whispered from lips, yet unforged by bitter tides. If you like it, please like and subscribe.